Hey team, in this video, I want you to look for how I determine what operation I could use to find the rule for this input-output table. The question says, Ms. Snyder was playing a computer counting game. Each time she entered a number, a different number was printed. The table shows the results. This table is showing that every time I, Ms. Snyder, the subject of the word problem, put in a number, I got a different output. I am looking at the relationship between the input and the output. And I know that there is actually a rule that every single one of my inputs and outputs follow. I need to find this rule, and I'm going to go through a few steps to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself, am I increasing or decreasing when I go from the input table to the output table? Let's look at 2 to 4. If I'm going from 2 to 4, that means that I am increasing. If I am increasing, I'm going to put an I for increasing. That means that I'm either adding or I am multiplying. If I were decreasing, I could be dividing or subtracting. But in this case, we're increasing, so that's what we're going to focus on. Now, I need to look and say, how much am I increasing by? Or how can I go from 2 to get to 4? I know that 2 plus 2 equals 4, so maybe my rule is plus 2. I also know that 2 times 2 is 4. So times 2 could be my rule as well. Now, in order for a rule to be true, listen very carefully. In order for a rule to be true, it has to apply to the whole table. So we need to check our rule to make sure that our rules apply to every single input and output relationship in the table. Let's test out plus 2. Does 5 plus 2 equal 10? No, it does not. So plus 2 cannot be a rule that I have. I still have this rule times 2. Let's see if that works. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times 2 is 16. 11 times 2 is 22. And 14 times 2 is 28. So my rule is times 2. This makes sense, or multiply 2. This makes sense because it applied to every single relationship in my input and output. So D is going to be my correct answer. Great, now your teacher's going to ask you some questions.